Today is a hot one, a hot day, and worked out this morning. Been mixing it up with the kettlebells, and then every other day doing ISOs at the gym, and throwing some running in there. And so for the last probably month, I've been a lot more active on the running scene. Man, I'll tell you what, running teaches you a lot about yourself. I absolutely hate running. I hate it. I get so bored. I think half the battle for me is I just get tired of doing the same repetitive thing over and over and over and over and over for, a long period of time. Now, I usually set a timer. I started out setting a timer for 20 minutes, and then I would walk and run for like 5 minutes. And then I did that for a couple weeks. So, yeah, maybe it's been 2 months now that I've really been incorporating running. But do it for a couple weeks at 20 minutes, and then I pushed myself to run for the whole 20 minutes. I did that really successfully for a couple weeks. Then I started pushing myself to 25 minutes running, and then I would walk for 5 minutes, and then I did 30 minutes straight running, and I was like, man, I'm doing good. And then I just hit a wall, and for the last couple weeks, I have not been able to really feel myself getting back into it. I'm wanting to run for 4 or 5 minutes, and then I walk, and my mind's just not in it. And so, I've looked at my calorie intake and all these things, and it's just, this is one of those things that it's like, want to do it because it's hard. And I think there's a lot of value to that in anything that you do. You can be told that there's success on the other side of whatever effort it is, but if you don't commit to it, regardless of the experience or emotional state that you're in or that you receive, and blindly go into it with the understanding that no matter what, as long as I get there, I will be successful at this, or I will see the results that I envision seeing. If you don't have that kind of blind ambition towards an endeavor, it's always going to be impossible. You have to commit fully to whatever you're doing. And I'm not saying commit to everything in your life 100%. To me, honestly, I don't think we have the bandwidth for that. And if you try that, you're going to go insane. But, the 1 or 2 things, maybe 5 things that are really important to you, you got to go with those 100, 110%. No matter what the feeling is. Like, if you don't feel like you're getting any results, nothing, you just got to go after it. Because if you don't, you just find a way to give up. And so running has really reminded me of that now that I'm doing it more consistency, because, again, like I said, I was flying there for a minute, saw a lot of growth, and now I'm just dragging ass. Now, granted, it says it's 80 degrees out, but it feels more like 90 today. My lungs have just not been handling the humidity very well, but I'll tell you what, just pushing through and also having grace on yourself. I just keep telling myself and reminding myself that this is not a sprint. It is a marathon. It is a lifelong endeavor that you're doing, so just get better one day at a time. And I think that's what's important to most people is, at first, like for me, I got to go ham in it. I got to give everything I got, and then I'm almost afraid to stop. That's why I work out 6 days a week, because I feel like if I stop, then I won't go back. But I also have to trust in the fact that I have the discipline to do it, and I don't have to push like a superstar every single day. All I have to do is just go do it. So I have now successfully this morning, and I consistently do this. I'll give myself a break here and there. I took 2 days off for the weekend to go up and visit my mom, and I ate like shit. And I relaxed, started to work out there, and I didn't even get my life. I'm going to be way more in shape than I ever have been, and I'm way more in shape than most anybody out there. I just have to do it every single day. Even if I do it for 10 minutes, it's better to do 10 minutes every day than do an hour once a week. It is. And, so consistency over time and consistency over time is what leads to results. And you have to believe in that. No matter how hard it is, you just get up and you do it, even if you just drag yourself through it. That's what's important for the day. And that's what I keep reminding myself here as I still sit in this lull between the 2 companies that I'm building. I finally just heard back about Upside Equity and the PPM. That should be released this week. It's been rewritten, a much larger fund with multiple properties and investment projects that we can continue to roll in annually. So that turned out really well. and then still waiting for the variance on our location for the dealership. So I've just been in limbo, and so I've been working out more and focusing on my health and spending time with my family because otherwise I would go mad, and I'm somewhat going mad now, not being able to move forward. That's always been a thing for me. So back to the running, not being able to get a 6 minute or an 8 minute mile right off the bat is the wrong way to look at it. It's I will get there, and I will just continue to get better every day until I get there, no matter what. Even if I limp through that, just by fruition and me continuing to do this daily, I will get there. I don't have to sprint there. I can just get there, and I've got plenty of time to do that. And so I just got to give myself grace on that, and that's what running reminds me, because it beats my ass every day, physically lately, but usually mentally. I mean, I do it for the mental because it's hard for me to do the same thing over and over and over and over without change. That's just, my brain has a hard time with that, whether that's ADHD or whatever the fuck they call it. I don't care, but always been hard to master, so I do it on purpose, just like reading. I read because it's very hard to sit still and focus. So I do those things because they're hard, and I embrace that part of it because it does help me withstand longer periods of sitting still and focusing, and has allowed me to get a lot of great things done in those periods of time that I have been able to sit myself down and stay longer in the zone. So again, the value is in the thing that you do every day and the habits that you create every day. It's not in the result. It doesn't matter. Like, if you want to be an Olympic sprinter, great. Then just train to be a sprinter and give yourself grace. You're not going to move a second or 2 seconds faster overnight. You just get the mechanics down, study the mechanics, work on your form, and you work on the principles and the habits and the core fundamentals of whatever it is you're doing, and just trust that you will get there to wherever you're going at whatever pace is necessary for you, because it's better to have gotten there than to go ham and quit halfway and never get there. So just remember that. Choose it as a lifestyle. Commit to the 3, 4, 5 things that you're doing and give them 110%, but for the long term, not for the short term. This life is not a sprint. It's a race, no matter how much social media and all that bullshit tells you. It is a long time. Again, I'm just coming into the season of life where I actually feel like I'm where I'm supposed to be. I'm about to be 42 years old this year. And forever, I just thought there was something wrong with me. I was missing something. I wasn't able to grasp on to what my purpose was supposed to be. I just knew I really loved business. I really loved being in deals. I really loved elevating and empowering people. And I just kept doing that shit. And then ultimately, people found me. I mean, that's the honest truth. And I've had to come to grips with that. Like, people found me, saw my value, so they had an objective, so they invested in my value to help them with their objective. And that's ultimately how my life is going at this moment. So, Toda from Timu. Bro's not good at dealing. Well, hey, guys, I appreciate you jumping on here. Hopefully you got a little bit of value from what I'm saying today. And again, it's okay to do the hard shit. It's actually valuable to do the hard shit because it teaches your body to endure more, and also learn to endure with clarity and comfort inside of those tough situations, which that is a lot of what life is long periods of tough things that we don't choose. And so if we choose to do hard things that we can control, we'll get better at those things that come about in life that we don't choose and are hard. We'll just be conditioned for it. So stay lavish, guys.